What's up YouTube? I'm Rick and welcome to Small Project Central. Today I'm going to show you how I built this pull-out shelf to give us easy access to our pots and pans. Now let's go. I started this build by taking measurements off the existing pull-out shelves in the pantry. I'm trying to learn SketchUp, so I made a quick shop drawing online. This really helped me to determine construction method and build a cut list. I'm using 18mm plywood for this build to match the existing shelves. I'm taking into account the thickness of the laminate as well while making my cuts to hit the exact width I need for the final dimension. Alright guys, just a quick interlude here. I got the new TSO GRS 16PE V2, and the cool part is, to me, is even on when I've got narrow boards like this, if we go down to the bottom here, you can see that there's still tons of guide that's on my piece, so it's going to guarantee me a square cut. So I couldn't be more happy with this. I think the next step is to get some of those little clamps to be able to hold my piece down to my work surface, but I think I need a new work surface. What do you think? So I finished cutting all my pieces and moved on to the next step in the build. Okay, so the existing drawers have laminate here and on the inside, but because this is pre-finished, I'm not worrying about the aesthetic, just the durability, which I think this will be fine. And I'm sure that my wife will put some kind of cabinet liner in here as well, like she has the other drawers. So I'm going to first, I'm going to label each of these to laminate. So I'm going to cut out some laminate. I'm going to laminate the tops of these. I'm going to assemble the drawer, and then I'm going to come back and laminate the two sides in the front to match up with the existing. So at least from the front, you'll be able to see the same thing. So let's cut some laminate. Okay, I'm ready to laminate, and to help protect the sides from overspray, I just put on some painter's tape around all the different sides. So don't have to worry about overspray. So instead of rolling the adhesive today, I've got some spray adhesive, this 3M high strength 90. It's pretty good. I've used it before. It's been a while, so let's make sure that the tip is clean. That is the big determiner on how well your spray pattern is going to be. Pretty narrow, so I'm going to go ahead and hit this. But you know what? Give me a second, because this stinks. Alright. So I'll set these to the side. And as you can see, there's definitely overspray on there, so if I didn't have the tape, it would be all over my pieces. So I'm going to set those to the side. Then get my laminate strips and do the same thing. I'm going to try this other can, see if the spray pattern is a little bit better. Ooh, this has a different tip on it than the other one. So let's try this one. Oh, there we go. That's a much better pattern. That's what I was looking for the last one. In fact, I think I'm going to go back over my other pieces here and do the same thing with this one, because this is a much better spray pattern. Alright, so we're going to let that dry for probably around 15-20 minutes, and then we'll come back, we'll separate these and get those glued up. Once the contact adhesive was dry, I applied the laminate strips to the edges. I then used a J-roller using moderate pressure to make sure I had a good bond between the laminate and the plywood sides. Next, I routed the laminate flush to the side using a trim router with a flush trim bit. This is where I really wish I had a router table. It was difficult to keep the router base from tilting slightly, and without some type of dust collection, it made quite a mess in the shop. So I used my shop vac to clean the work surface and each of the parts after routing. Then I hit each of the edges with a mill file to take off the sharp edges of the laminate. Next, I began assembling the drawer sides using a countersink bit to pre-drill each of the holes and then inserted 2-inch screws. I definitely wanted to pre-drill as the sides were not very tall and I didn't want the plywood to split. I then attached the drawer bottom using the same method of pre-drilling prior to inserting the screws. Next, I sprayed contact onto the drawer sides in laminate strips. Again, I used painter's tape to protect the drawer sides from overspray and also used a scrap piece of 1/4-inch ply to keep any contact from getting onto the drawer bottom. Then it was rinse and repeat with applying the laminate strips, using a J-roller to ensure good adhesion, and finally routing the laminate flush to the drawer sides. Alright, something that I didn't account for, and you'll see it here. Where is it? Not so bad on that side, but this side, you can see where my screw holes were, and then sure enough, the router followed that line. So I'll try to file that out the best I can, but it's going to be on the bottom of the drawer slide, so I'm not too concerned about it. So, all right, I'm going to touch up file now and get this done. So I filed all the edges and sanded the laminate flush to the bottom of the drawer. Once that was done, I sprayed the last side of the drawer using the same method as before with the painter's tape and 1/4-inch ply. I really like this method as it saves a bunch of time in the cleanup. Again, it was apply the laminate, J-roll, route, and file. I was very careful when filing so I wouldn't go through the decorative layer of the laminate. Unfortunately, I did in a couple of spots toward the sides, but it wasn't too noticeable. I then used a couple pieces of 1/8-inch compact laminate pieces to help position the drawer slide. I pre-drilled the laminate once again to guard against future stress cracks before inserting the screws. And again, the whole reason that I pilot these holes is that if you don't, that laminate over time will crack. And so anyway, I'm popping a screw in every available hole because those pots that my wife has are super duper heavy. They're cast iron with some kind of enamel on the outside of it, and each one of them probably weighs a good, I'd say 15 to 20 pounds. So I'm hoping that my 75-pound slides here will do the job. Okay, so this is what this is the whole purpose of today, is that if I take this out here, is that we have this big gap, because you can see that we've got all these nice laminated drawers, or slide outs I should say, one at the bottom here for the dog food, and we had this big gaping hole here. And so that's what I built this extra one for, and so I'm going to install this. You can see that somebody had installed one before, but obviously taken it out. Not sure why. Don't know if it broke or if they just realigned it. Not really quite sure, but anyway, I'm going to use my piece of plywood here that I cut to be my spacer to be able to place my drawer sides against the cabinet, and then we'll get the drawer installed. Alright, all the rest of these drawer sides are sticking out approximately 1.25 inches. Just make sure that we are on 1.25 inches. That should put us about right there. Well, I'm sitting here working on this, and I've got some folks that want to help me. He's patiently waiting, and she's starting to sneak up on me so she can get her dinner. She's like, "You're in my cabinet right now. You are in my cabinet." All right, let me finish up, guys. Okay, I got the rest of the screws installed, and I've got the all those pencil marks, the old pencil marks off. So let's give it a test fit. Right there. There we have it. It's kind of a little rough there. I think I got a screw there, but I think as soon as I get some pots and pans on there, we should be good. But yeah, we had this big gap from here all the way down to here, completely useless, lack of space. And so here we go. We'll put the last one in here. All right, watch out, Frankie. All right, there we go, guys. Look at that. Now we'll be able to fill it up with Mommy's pots and pans. What do you guys think? Think we're good? Yeah? Okay, you're just ready to eat, aren't you? All right, give me a minute. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe as I continue to build out my workshop. Until next time.